So, hey everyone, what's going on? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little transfer news video for you and Manchester United rundown news latest video for you. We're going to be covering all the latest news of the day. So do get yourself involved in the chat. I can see there's a bunch of legends in here. We've got 12B, Chief Shrewman. How's it going, my son? Fire up. How are you doing, dude? Flabby G's in the gaff. United Tactical Talk. How are you doing, Squire? Chrissy J. Oi Oi Savaloy. Fire up. Raj Dillon. Trini. Merrick Galord, United Forever, Edgar, Reaper King, everyone, thank you so much for getting in here for the show. Do us a favour at the start of this evening stream and smash that like button on it. Give it a thumbs up at the start of the show, or if you're catching up on Watch Back later. And get yourselves in the comments section, either in the live chat or if you're on catch up, get down below and have your say. And smash that subscribe button too if you're new to the channel. Right then, guys, let's get into it. So, yeah, we're not going to talk about that FA Cup guff. Who gives a shit about that, guys? Anyway, but in regards to Manchester United, it looks like maybe the sort of saga of Paul Pogba being here, where will he be going, what's going on with Paul, will he be signing a new contract, etc., etc. I mean, it's not over just yet, but it soon will be coming to an end. We have reports coming out today from Italy, various different sources, to say that Paul Pogba's agent is meeting with Juventus on Monday, and it says there's lots of reports coming out. In fact, in Italy, Sky Sports Italia reporting, Sport Italia, and various different places, that it is now Raffaele Pimenta who will deal with Pogba's situation after the passing of Mino Raiola. So it's Raffaele Pimenta. He's expected to be in Turin to meet Juventus and discuss Paul Pogba's potential move on Monday. So these are the latest reports, guys, and it's understood that he'll be expected to be offered around about 7 to 8 million euros a season, which is a lot less than basically what Manchester United are paying, and also a lot less than what perhaps PSG and some other teams could afford to pay him. So it doesn't necessarily mean that he's 100% going to Juventus, but they are meeting with Pogba, Pogba's representatives, and they are, of course, going to try and talk about getting a deal for him done. So we have an update from Fabrizio Romano about an hour and a half ago, which just says Paul Pogba's agent will be in Turin on Monday to meet with Juventus per Di Marzio. Salary still the main issue for potential comeback while Pogba is exploring options. Paris Saint-Germain are also in talks with Pogba agents, while Paul is not tempted by Man City. So because of the rivalry there, because of the history, the fact he is a Red, means he doesn't want to go over to Manchester City, which is great. But in terms of like getting out of the football club, I think it is good for Manchester United if Paul Pogba goes, because he has just been Billy bang average over the years for us. And it's time we had a new fresh era at the club with Ten Hag coming in. He needs to come in and just lay the smack down on all these players who have not been performing. And he should not be trying to keep on of Paul Pogba, in my opinion. So definitely be happy to see Paul Pogba go. It's sad when you see a player that you paid £89 million for go and you're happy, but it's that's what it'll be. It's like he's not really that much of an important player for us, even though he's a hugely expensive player on huge amounts of money. And even though he is actually a very talented player, like he's got all the attributes, as we keep saying. Problem is he's shite week to week. So what does that really mean? Well, it doesn't matter if you've got the attributes. You don't put the performances in out there for Manchester United. So hashtag Pogba out. I'm not really too bothered about this, but it is obviously, interesting news that Paul Pogba's agent going to meet with Juventus. Will he go and rekindle that relationship that we had over there in Turin previously? That's sort of where he made a name for himself again, because, Sir Alex Ferguson deemed him surplus to requirements at Manchester United. He left previously on a free again, and went to Juventus. He did have a very good time of it there, because he burst on the scene. He's scoring lots of goals in Serie A. He's creating lots of chances. He's basically convinced Manchester United to spend £89 million on the guy. So you can't really say anything other than he's probably cut out pretty well for Serie A. It does actually make a lot of sense for him. Financially, it may not make as much sense, because there's no way I don't think that Juventus are going to pay him anywhere near as much as PSG could pay him, or that Manchester United have been paying him. I could be wrong on that one, but I don't think the negotiations are going to go in the way of £300,000+ a week. But there you go. Shout out to you all for joining us. Let me just give a shout out to all the legends. Ashley Bailey, United Tactical Talk. What's going on there? Joe Boy. Stephen Carr, the Cake Cadet. Yes, lad, get in there, you don. Tosich, Todd Campwell, Jordan, DJ Fane, Burber, you lad, get in there. Thank you so much for putting the link to the channel membership in there, Don Burber, lad. I'm going to pin that out to the top, son. Thank you very much. Hope you're good, lad. And he also says like and subscribe. Thank you very much, Burber Don. Yeah, guys, give us a cheeky little like spike if you're just getting in, and get your thoughts and opinions in about Paul Pogba. There are big news about Paul Pogba potentially going to Juventus this summer. The other destinations we talked about, of course, are PSG, maybe even Real Madrid have understood to have some interest in him. And actually, Manchester City was being talked about, but because of the rivalry, because of the fact, do they even really want him in the Premier League? Doesn't make the most sense for either parties on that one. But the other clubs we discussed, yes, it does make a lot of sense for. Even Bayern Munich was talked about a couple of days ago as well. There were some reports coming out in Germany suggesting that Bayern would be looking at the Paul Pogba situation just because he is a free and he is a top player in his prime, which is a big name. And perhaps they could be looking at bringing Pogba in, but that doesn't look like the most realistic. Most realistic to me would be PSG or Juventus. Yeah, that's right, Dennis Johnson. He says, piss off. Bring the kids. Absolutely. I'd like to see some of the youngsters brought through. Some of these overpaid, overhyped, over fucking prima donna mounts need to get out the club, definitely. Thank you very much for your opinion there, dude. Jordan Courtois says you hope Real Madrid wins the UCL. Me too. Gutting on a side note, though, yeah. Gutting that Chelsea weren't able to get the win in penalties there, guys. I mean, it was pretty tense stuff, but yeah, Liverpool got the trophy. That's all I'm going to say about that one. Who gives a toss? You know what I mean? Who gives a toss? FC United Forever says it'll be fantastic to see him go. Best of luck. Serie A will suit him perfectly. Walk with Ball League. Great shout. We all know Paul Pogba loves a jogba. Paul Pogba jogs around and saunters around the pitch at Old Trafford, and it's not quite cut out for the Premier League. You're right, he's a great player. And if he's afforded a bit more time on the ball, I think it's fair to say Paul Pogba flourishes. He was great in Serie A previously, and he is cut out for either the French Farmers League, where he's going to get a lot of joy, a lot of domination with just the fact that they're, coming up against players who are just not as good standard throughout the depth of the league. And then you've also got the fact that, Serie A is a lot quieter, like you say, a lot quieter, a lot slower. You do get a little bit more time on the ball for him there, so it would be good for him. Anthony Kaufman, thank you so much for the super chat there, my son. Thank you very much for getting in there with your comment, lad. He says, glad he's going, never liked him. Oh, I mean, thank you so much, Anthony Kaufman, for your comment there. I mean, it's the thing is we had high hopes for Paul Pogba, and he's always sort of let us down. There were some moments, some glimpses over the years, but if we're being honest, he's not really had the right character at Manchester United to really, lead us or inspire us often enough. It's just come few and far between. And for those reasons, yeah, he'll never go down as a Manchester United great because he hasn't really been consistent for us. You look at all the Manchester United great midfielders we've had over the years, and they're all talked about because of not only their qualities, but their consistency, being able to do it and having successful periods as well. And he has won a few trophies whilst at the club, but nothing to write home about, really. And he himself individually just hasn't performed that consistently well. You talk of people like Michael Carrick, you talk of people like Roy Keane, Scholes, Nicky Butt, these sorts of players, obviously they fought for the club, and they also were very consistent players, whereas Paul Pogba hasn't been that sort of player. So unfortunately, I mean, I'll ask the live chat, guys. Let's ask them like that. And this isn't a witch hunt. This isn't a let's all hate on Paul Pogba video. No, this is just reporting the news. But I want to hear your thoughts on it. Do you think Paul Pogba is a Manchester United, will go down as a Manchester United great or a Manchester United legend? He has got a few trophies. He is a World Cup winner. I think he's more likely to go down as a France legend and a bloody Juventus legend than he is a Manchester United legend. That's the sad reality of it. But yes or no, do you think Paul Pogba is a Manchester United legend? Abdullah Irwan, thank you for supporting the show for 13 months, bro. He says, hi all people, big up to the pig. Thank you so much, Abdullah. Can we get a hashtag 13 months in there for Abdullah Irwan, who's been a channel member for 13 whole months, man. Thank you very much for supporting the show for well over a year now. You don. Get in, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, lots of votes coming in here. So Hader says, of course not. Simon Almeida says no. Berber says Manchester United flop. Last Avenger says no. Pogba's a legendary melt, says fire up. Obizzy says no. Precisely Jordan, he says he's mostly a Juve legend. I don't know about Manchester United. There you go. He's a World Cup winner. He's obviously a France legend, but he's not a Manchester United legend, I don't think either. Obizzy doesn't think so. Neither does United Tactical Talk. Stephen says, how can you even ask that question? Well, look, I mean, in terms of the game of football, is Pogba a legend? I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think he's up there with the greats, whether it's your Seydorfs or your Pirlos or your Zidanes or anybody like that. But certainly for Manchester United, he's nowhere near being one of those type of players for us. We haven't won enough while he's been here, and plus he's always just been quite disappointed. So yeah, I mean, some people may think he is because of his overall footballing career. He has got a lot of trophies in terms of like winning things in Italy and also the World Cup with France. That's pretty impressive. But other than that, you know, he's not ever done it for Manchester United, apart from the Europa League and, of course, the Mickey Mouse Cup and the Community Shield and stuff like that. But other than that, we haven't really won anything of note. Expensive flop, just like Jadon Sancho, says Sim. Now, you're getting a little bit harsh there, Sim, lad. That's cold, mate. What's Jadon done to you personally, bro? He's only been here for a year, and let's face it, this team has been performing like absolute jank. Imagine if he'd gone into like a Man City or Liverpool side where they are firing. I'm sure he'd have had a pretty decent season. It's just hard when he's got to come in and have quite a lot of the emphasis on him to make stuff happen, and the team's performing like absolute jank. He is a part of that team, and he's not had a great season, but he's shown glimpses, and he's still young, and it's the start of his Manchester United career. That's all. It's the start of his career. Let's see how he gets on next season. But I hear you. It's not been an amazing season from Jadon Sancho. I'm not saying it is, but it's also, you know, let's be fair and say that the whole team's been terrible, and he hasn't been helped by the Gash team. That's right, fully done. So Manchester United is not an easy place to play for. That's so true. You're right. Okay, fair enough. So in regards to Pogba or Sancho or anyone coming in, there's so much pressure on the players every single week. They're expected to perform. And unfortunately, the players in the squad in certain positions as well, in particular, just not there. Slappington Maguire as your captain summarises the whole situation. So, yeah, it is difficult for anyone coming in, and there's all that sort of negativity surrounding the club with the board and the Glazers out and them running this club like a shambles and not giving us what we need. So it's not the perfect place to go. It's not the perfect place to go if you're a coach either. So Ten Hag's got himself his work cut out for him in the summer. He's in Paris taking the piss, says Sim. Trust me, I believe he is a legend at Manchester in one way, says Dejan Fame. Well, what way? I mean, he has won some trophies at United. He did have some good seasons. He has had some decent statistics. If you look at his goals and assists contribution over the time he's been here, it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. But he's also just failed to do it on a regular basis. That's the problem with him. He is a great player. We know that, but he doesn't turn up often enough. So he's always going to be labelled as that player you just cannot rely on. He's just never been dependable for us. You put him in there, you're hoping he has a big game. It's a big game for a big game player, and he melts more often than not. That's not right. The league is not the same, says Dennis Johnson. Liverpool on track to smash our terrible team. Paul Pogba's a legendary flop, along with Slabhead. Slabhead's even more of a bloody legendary flop, but you're right, those two are right up there, together with being completely Gash signings for huge amounts of overinflated money. Yeah, I agree with that one. The sooner this guy's off our books, the better, really, because we'll save ourselves 10 million a year just by not paying Pogba's wages, because he is on 300,000 a week, which is 1.2 million pounds. Sounds crazy to say, doesn't it? But 1.2 million pounds a month this guy's taking. Well, he's not taking home. He's taking home half of that, about 600k a month. How would he survive on that? But he's taking home 600k, but he's getting paid 1.2 million out of the club. So you save a lot of money just by getting rid of Paul Pogba and letting him go on a free transfer and not renewing his contract. There is still a small possibility that Manchester United would I guess, put an offer on the table if they really wanted him. If Ten Hag, the incoming manager, decides, you know what, let's give Paul Pogba a chance. He is in his prime. He is a World Cup winner. He is a great player. Maybe I can be the guy that can unlock Paul Pogba and revitalise him, get him to be that Manchester United great. I doubt it, though, because based on if he's watched any of United playing over the last couple of seasons, I think he will see the inconsistencies there. I think he'll see maybe the character in question. I think he'll maybe think, yeah, I don't know if we can rely on that guy. Plus, if he wants to play a certain way, I don't think Pogba's going to do the dirty work for him in midfield like some of the other players can do and some of the other players that he would want to sign. So, there's talks of us getting maybe Jong, or there's people like Ruben Neves. Although they're not out-and-out defenders, they do get stuck in. They do, they don't shy away from a challenge. They are, very, very controlled and comfortable on the ball. Pogba's got all the attributes to do the same thing, but he just doesn't seem to do it regularly enough. And also, he's a different sort of player to what Ten Hag maybe would be looking for there with that cog in midfield. So you've got to say, Paul Pogba, probably his days are numbered at Manchester United. I doubt he's going to be offered a contract by us. And he shouldn't be, definitely not, because he's just not deserved one. And then it seems like his agent's meeting with Juventus on Monday. There'll probably be offers on the table as well from other clubs, because let's face it, he is available for nothing. If you're a top European club and you can get a big name player, World Cup winner who's 28, 29, who's literally in their prime, and yeah, you might have to pay him a couple £100,000 a week and give him a big signing on bonus, but still, beats going out there spending 50 million quid transfer fee and then doing all of that as well on top of it. So you've got to say that it does represent decent value for a club like PSG, who probably can get quite a bit out of Paul Pogba. Same with Juventus. It doesn't really work for Manchester United or any other Premier League teams. But if you're one of these teams that is in a farmers league, then he'll probably saunter around the pitch and do a great job picking those balls over, smashing those goals in, against pitchfork holders in goal, and he would probably just be absolutely fine. So it makes sense from PSG's point of view or someone like that to go and do it, Berber, what's going on, mate? Oh, yeah, sorry, I've already said hello. But he says like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Please do smash that like and subscribe on that. Please do smash that like button on it. Nice one. Alex, thank you very much for the update there, my friend. I do the updates. No, thank you very much for that. MUFC working on a transfer for Frankie de Jong. Nice one, nice one. We're going to get onto that in just a moment. Just covering the old Paul Pogba business, and then we're going to get onto the de Jong stuff. But great to see you, Alex. What's going on, lad? Johnny M says, hey, Piggy, you okay? Yeah, I'm all good, mate. How's you doing? Thanks for asking. Hi there, Kate Cadet. Hello again, Berber. ARK says, Pig, what would be your reaction if he stays for another year or two? Probably do the odd Macaulay Culkin aftershave on face moment, mate. Like, what the hell is the matter with this board? That's probably what it would be. But I don't think that he is going to be offered a new contract, because I think it would actually cause a bit of an issue at the club. We're trying to sort of get the wage structure in check. Unless he's going to accept an offer which is significantly less than what he's paid now, I don't think we should be paying Paul Pogba 300k a week, because he's simply not worth it. I mean, how much, if let's just say Manchester United did want to put an offer on the table for Paul Pogba, I'll just ask you guys, how much do you actually think Paul Pogba would be worth to Manchester United to pay him a week? Realistically, he is a big name with a brand and all the rest of it, but I can't be thinking that he's worth paying over 160 grand a week, guys. And he's on double that now, pretty much. So what the hell? There's not going to be no business done there, I don't think. I don't think he's going to do a deal where we pay him half. Hey, Pogo Gamer, what's going on, mate? How you doing? Good to see you, my man. Berber says Tom Cleverley genuinely had more effect on the team than Pogba. Absolutely. You think about how gas-tastic Tom Cleverley was for Manchester United. This guy actually won a Premier League trophy as well, man. So, yeah, good point. This is the thing. There's lots of midfielders over the years, even players that haven't really shone, where you kind of just do think, wow. I mean, even they've had as good as a contribution, as Paul Pogba, really, like some pretty bang average ones. So yeah, it's a shame. It's not worked out for him. We want him to obviously do well. Oh, nice one. I thank you very much, Alex. I've just got this update come through here as well. Nice one, absolute legend. Appreciate you, man. Okay, so what's it going to say, guys? Paul Pogba, 160k a week tops. That's all I would give him. Flabby says 400k. £1 a week, says John. Pay his bus fare, says Robin. A tenner, says Ben Conroy. 0p, says the Cake Cadet. 10 million, says Matata. Okay, so some of you obviously different fans around the globe there. Feeling like you would like to keep Paul Pogba at United. Probably Liverpool scummers. But anyway, so to get back onto the news, guys, consistent reports coming out that Juve are going to be meeting with Pogba's representative, which is now Rafaela Pimienta, who is taking over sort of Pogba's situation going forward after the death of Mino Raiola. So, it's expected that they're going to probably offer around 7 to 8 million euros a season, which is going to be a lot less probably than what PSG will offer if they do offer a contract. And there is actually discussions that, that it'll probably be between PSG and Juventus for the signing of this player, really. So we'll have to see. They are talking with him. As you can see from that Romano update, it does say, that Paris Saint-Germain are also in talks with Pogba's agents, but, no more news in regards to meetings or offers or anything like that from PSG. So Juventus making the first move, it seems, trying to get the situation sorted out with him. Hey there, Roshmano. What's going on, you, Don? How are you doing tonight? Get in there. And Vincent Bullock says, I can't believe that the new manager has said, yes, Anthony Martial can stay. What the fuck, says Vincent Bullock? Well, I mean, have you got a personal line to him, my son? I mean, it's all this stuff that we're hearing at the moment about. I've just seen an article about Diogo Dalot definitely staying at the club and all this kind of thing. We don't know what's definitely happening or definitely not just yet, because it's all speculation, Vincent. Don't worry. Doesn't definitely mean that Tony Martial is staying at the football club. If there's a suitable offer that comes in I mean, Ten Hag may have in mind that he wants to keep Tony, he wants to try and get Tony back on track. He's got ideas for Tony, or he may, he may decide that, hey, we can generate some cash with Tony and then be able to use that money for another player. So it is cool. That sort of stuff is speculation at the moment. When you hear, Ten Hag has said this about this guy, or he definitely wants to keep Tony, he hasn't even got going yet. He hasn't even got going yet. Okay. So yes, okay, so let's get on to De Jong. Let's get on to the De Jong stuff then. So we have got some information in regards to Frankie De Jong. So Paul Pogba, probably likely that he's going to be offered by new contracts by a couple of teams such as PSG, Juventus, maybe a couple of other teams also. But Juventus are one of the most likely destinations because he's previously played for them and he's had a good time of it. Hey, Raj Dillon, what's going on? Hey, we've got over 100 legends in here right now. Do us a mad favor and smash that like button on it. Smash the thumbs up. Give it a cheeky little subscribe as well if you're new. If you are here for the first time, just hit the subscribe and get in the chat. After 1 minute, you will be able to chat. Nice one. Okay, so let's get on to Frankie De Jong, guys. Lots of news coming out about Frankie De Jong. Xavi was talking about him earlier on, and just in regards to the situation with Xavi and what he said some quotes. I have said many times that Frankie is a very important player. He is a key player. He said then there is also the financial situation of the club, and it has to be decided. I'm not talking about Frankie in general. So unless they're going to be able to, sort the finances out in another way, they're probably going to have to sell a player or two if they want to get other players in there, such as Robert Lewandowski. When asked about him, he said, when it comes to signing, age doesn't concern me. We signed Dani Alves when he was 38. Players take care of themselves. They're more professional. Alves, Ibrahimovic, Modric, Cristiano, more examples, etc. So he's definitely interested. They definitely want to get Lewandowski. We've got an update from Lewandowski. He says he's got quotes. He's speaking to Sky at 6 p.m. tonight, and he just said, I won't sign a new contract. We have to find the best solution for both sides. I told the club that if an offer comes in, then we have to think about it also for the club. So that's literally from Robert Lewandowski. He's not going to sign a new contract. If a suitable offer comes in, then they want to get a deal done for the best solution for both clubs. That's what he said. So it seems like Lewandowski's got his mindset on joining Barcelona. So if this guy is, if this guy's to come in to Barcelona, then that does free up the option maybe for Frankie De Jong to come to Manchester United. We have different outlets, different reports saying that Frankie De Jong's situation is a little bit mixed. Some people are saying that he's not that interested in joining Manchester United. Some others are reporting that because Ten Hag's at United, there would be an increased interest there from Frankie De Jong to go and play for him. So it does make sense, doesn't it? If Ten Hag, Dave's got that working relationship with him, he can get the band back together, so to speak. Surely there's more interest from Frankie De Jong to join Manchester United right now than there was before Ten Hag being here. So that's good for us because I think this sort of player would be good for us. Just to summarise, so Xavi's words are, he loves Frankie De Jong. He thinks he's a key player. So, but he does understand, of course, that the situation with the finances makes it that possibly the people upstairs, the people above him will have the final say in regards to, making decisions on recouping finances. But also, if he wants to try and reinvest in other areas of the club and get a player like Robert Lewandowski, well, then they're going to have to get their money from somewhere. So they'll have to decide what's going on with the finances. But depending on what they do with Lewandowski, that could mean that the door is open for Manchester United to go and get him. And as Alex said a few moments ago, Laurie Whitwell has given us an update that says Eric Ramsey expected to stay to be part of Eric Ten Hag's coaching team. And Manchester United are working on the Frankie De Jong transfer. So reporting on the Athletic that Manchester United are still working on the Frankie De Jong transfer. And, that's obviously been going on for a while now. Xavi has said, this is another quote from Xavi, said the exit of an important player, the economic conditions of the team are governing this. So, if he is sold, it'll be down to finances and then needed to recoup cash. Yeah, thank you, Bubba. Over 100 legends in here. Drop the thumbs up. Have your say, guys. Want to hear from you about all of this stuff. Tonknash87, thank you so much for being a member of the channel for 20 months. Come on. For fuck's sake, Mr. Pig, just had to watch my Liverpool family win. Oh, no. Tonknash87, that's horrible, dude. I'm so sorry to hear that, dude. Can we get some love hearts in the live chat there for Tonknash? That's terrible. Sorry you had to endure that, man. So I was really hoping, especially when Mendy's made that penalty save for the fifth pen, that Chelsea were going to just just somehow managed to get the Scousers dealt with, but it didn't happen that way, did it? And obviously Liverpool got the trophy. That's very disappointing, mate. Very disappointing. Okay, so Bayern's sporting director, Salahamidzic, has confirmed that Lewandowski wants to leave as well. He said that I spoke to Lewandowski during the conversation. He informed me that he did not want to accept our offer to extend the contract and that he would leave the club. So there you go. Lewandowski with his heart set on joining Barcelona. Xavi wants Lewandowski to come to the club. He's desperate to sign a big goal scorer like Lewandowski, but he knows that maybe in order to do so, they might have to generate some cash elsewhere. Frankie de Jong might be one of those players that will be passed by the wayside. So, that's just a realistic possibility. We've got to wait and see what happens there. But good news, though. Good news, guys. It seems like, there's work being done there from Manchester United in regards to Frankie de Jong. We've been talking about it for days now that Manchester United have been, going in for him. And there's lots and lots of reports suggesting now that, United are trying to do some business with them. So we have to wait and see. We need business done early. Of course, Ten Hag's coming in soon, and he's going to have to get as much help as he can get before the start of the preseason. So we've got to sign players. We've got to get players out, sell players. This is really an important time for him and the recruitment team to just get a leg up as much as we possibly can with the new season. Sign a whole bunch of players, get a whole bunch of gash players out of the club, and just make our situation a lot better come the new season. Hey there, Soon Ronaldo. What's going on? T-Football as well. He says, United will be back under Ten Hag. Let's go. Hope you're right, bud. Hope you're right. It's going to take time. We need to give him time. I think the first season's just going to be almost a write-off. I hope not. But I hope it's just more about trying to be an attacking team, give youngsters opportunities as well, and get back to the United way of playing whilst trying to get rid of players and get the right sort of players in over the course of a couple of transfer windows. So it's going to take him time, but yeah, I think best we can hope for would be about 4th place. If we could somehow pull off the Champions League place next season, I think that'd be absolutely tremendous. People say, oh, look at how United have fallen. Well, unfortunately, we have fallen. We've got to build back up. It's going to take time. We can't just get back to being the top team in England and competing with Pep and Klopp overnight. Even if you do go out there and sign 11 new first world-class players, it's going to take a lot of time for this club to get going back in the right direction where it needs to be, and for Ten Hag to instill his belief and his philosophy and his tactics and all those sorts of things into the team. So just be patient. We're obviously all going to be patient. I think we know that the first season under Ten Hag's a building one, and it's a transition. And unfortunately, we've had pretty much every single season at United's been a bloody transitional season since Fergie's gone. But it does look like that's what's going to happen. Ten Hag will be great for United, says Anthony Kaufman. I hope you're right, lad. I hope you're right. Alex says signing de Jong would be huge for us. Sends a message to the rest of the league that we're not playing around. Yes, spot on. If we're prepared to go spend 60 million and get a player like that from Barca as well, even if we don't have Champions League football, shows what a huge club we still are, what a huge pull. And also it does send a message, like you say, to everybody else that, hey, we're going to get this absolute cog in midfield, this beast, this guy that's going to, just control the game, play it out from the back, get off the back four, get you going forward, and and hopefully can be able to control the midfield again, because that has been the biggest area for us that's problematic. Yeah, the defence is absolutely shite, that's true, but definitely the midfield battle is lost in more or less every single game by us this season. Scotty or Fred or even any of the other combos, even if you stick Pogba in there, Matic maybe been the better performer recently, but they're all just not quite up to the standard. Brighton have better midfield than us. West Ham have better midfield than us. That shouldn't be the case. We should have a much classier, more comfortable midfield with comfortable with the ball creatively as well than the likes of West Ham and the likes of bloody Brighton. We should have a much better midfield than them. With all these sorts of games, you see us struggle because they have actually got better players than us in those positions. Wolves is another team. Wolverhampton Wanderers, they've got a really strong midfield. I'd take their midfield two over our midfield two. So what does that tell you? United's really struggled with our midfield battle this season. So yeah, get the generals in there, get the quality in the midfield. That's the engine room. That's where it all happens. And then we should see a better Manchester United. I couldn't agree more. Jarvis, good evening to you there, my son. What's going on, Jarvis? Hey, Steve Johnson's getting in here, our resident scummy scouser. Thank you very much for joining us, Steve Johnson. How are you doing tonight? Can we get a Sue in the chat? He says. He's just put two trophies in there. All right, fair enough. Well, you have got 2 trophies now, pal, yeah. By the skin of your teeth tonight, but you have. And yeah, okay, you can also still get the 3rd, which is the Champions League. You're not getting the Premier League by the looks of it. Hala Madrid, fucking come on, Madrid! I can't stand these bloody Scousers, guys, honestly. They're never going to hit the end of it, man, if they do the treble this season or some sort of treble. It still might be the fucking Mickey Mouse treble because they haven't got the actual Premier League. It's not as good as our treble, is it? Not as fucking good as our treble, but still, Mickey Mouse treble, even if they get that. I don't think anybody could call the Champions League, the FA Cup, and the League Cup a Mickey Mouse treble, but you know what I mean. Still ain't got the Premier League trophy in there as well, which is important if you want the proper treble, you know what I'm saying? But even if they do that, they'll be absolutely insufferable. So let's get a hashtag a la Madrid in the live chat, please, guys, and let's hope for a Madrid win in that final. So yeah, Xavi, economic situation depends on what happens with Barcelona and the finances there as to whether or not they sell Frankie de Jong or they have to redistribute some of that cash elsewhere, i.e. to get Lewandowski in. Right, okay, so yeah, and we have to just be patient with regards to Ten Hag and giving him time, but he's going to have to get busy with the recruitment team before he comes in, even right now from this moment on. So we have reports that Steve McLaren heading for Manchester United return after Erik Ten Hag explained to the club that the role would be coaching rather than executive. John Murtaugh, multiple Amsterdam meetings, including one on squad fitness. Ten Hag will watch Palace game, yet to decide if in person. So he will be watching Palace. We've actually got an update from, I think it's Manchester Evening News, that said he may well be watching the game in person, at not at Old Trafford, but at Selhurst Park. But if not, he'll be watching on the old telly, my son. So Ten Hag will be watching. He'll be keeping an eye on proceedings. Don't know if he'll have any input. Obviously, Ralph Rangnick's still here at this moment in time. But definitely, he'll be keeping a keen eye on some of the performers of the team to see who should we be able to get out of this football club and get in. He's probably been studying Manchester United's recent games and has a good idea of who should go. If I was him, I'd be looking at some of the really bad performers recently. People like Pogba, people like Maguire, people like, Lindelof's been pretty cash recently, both the fullbacks, all the midfielders, pretty much. I'll be looking at all these problematic areas for us and going, yeah, we need to get some business done. So I hope he's been doing his research, Ten Hag. And he needs all the help he can get by signing good players in this window. Okay, so Steve McLaren looks like he's going to be coming into the club, guys, along with Ten Hag and Mitchell van der Gaag as well. So we'll have a couple of new additions to the backroom staff, which is good because we do need a fresh approach. People slagging off the Steve McLaren thing. He is a Wally with a brolly, but I think he's a good football man. I don't want him as my actual, head coach or my main manager or anything like that. But as a football guy, this is also an update from Laurie Whitwell from this morning that said that Erik Ten Hag has explained that Steve McLaren would be used on the grass at Man United, helping with selections and player development rather than on the executive level. So, he's not going to be just upstairs. He will actually be doing a coaching role. He will actually be, having input along with Ten Hag and being that link with English football, etc. So, not got a problem with it myself. Right, we'll just get into the live chat with your thoughts and opinions about Frankie de Jong now then I'm going to get back onto the United news. We have got a few bits of other information as well that have been coming out, guys, so I'm going to get into it all tonight. We're going to cover it all, but I'm going to get into the live chat about Frankie de Jong. Have your say. If you're new, drop the subscribe so you can chat and let's be having you. Oh, wait a sec, we got an update very quickly from Matty Rushman. Let's have a look at this. Oh, okay, so Bayern understood to be looking at Mane possibly because of the Lewandowski situation. I mean, I don't think that. You never know if he wants a new challenge. But I don't know about that, to be fair. I don't know. I mean, it seems like the players at Liverpool, sad as it is to say, are probably in a very well-placed position to be able to, to be able to win the trophies. If that's what they want, then winning trophies is what they seek. Then that is a pretty decent place to be, evidently by the fact they've already won 2 this season. So there you go. But yeah, Manchester United working on Frankie de Jong. Let's get into that in the live chat, guys. Let me know what you guys are thinking about Frankie. I'm going to just refresh this so the stream, so the chat refreshes. Nice one, guys. We just got over 100 likes on the show. Legends, man. Erdam says, I dropped a de Jong comment. Could you please read it, Pig? Let me see if I can scroll up and find it, man. Erdam, let's have a look, bro. Oh, yeah, he says, if Erik Ten Hag gets in Frankie de Jong, the first victory is here. Because de Jong is all United right now. All United need right now. Because the defensive United is fucking trash. And he's an attacking playmaker at the same time. Erik Ten Hag made him. Okay, fair enough, Erdem. Well, okay, I don't think all of our problems are solved right now if we get him. But I hear you. It will help out, won't it, to be actually able to have a player who can hold it in midfield well, who can get you going from the back, who can take it off the back four and play it out from the back. in a reassuring way, rather than just constantly giving it away like bloody Fred or McTominay or some of these erratic melts that we've got who constantly give the ball away. So I couldn't agree more. If you've got somebody who can actually play the ball and is good on the ball and, you know, is a great playmaker, that's exactly what we need. It is. We need somebody like a Carrick, a Scholes, somebody like that right now, I think, to just give us that beating heart in that midfield, because right now, that Man United midfield is completely without any heart whatsoever. Matthias de Ligt, United credible sources. Jarvis, well, lots of reports about that. I think he's just being linked because De Jong's being linked. But really, Ten Hag should be interested in getting all those guys. Now he's at a club where he can actually attract those players, and it's the ceilings, you know, unlimited, really. Manchester United can go on win Champions Leagues and stuff in the future, not now. I mean, Ajax is very difficult because they do tend to lose all their best players every transfer window, such as this transfer window. You're seeing loads of their players, Gravenberch to Bayern, potentially you got Masrui went the other day. Manchester United will be going in for Anthony and maybe even Timber. And they always lose a bunch of players. They can't keep all of their players. They have to sell. So the limit is always there at Ajax. But at United, there's not. So if I was him, I'd be going to get the players that I want in my team again from his previous team, you know, from players who've played for him before. Get them in there. If you could get de Ligt, fantastic. I would take that all day long, guys. Yeah, that'd be a great signing for Manchester United. Is it realistic? I'm not so sure, because I think he'll be a lot of money as well. Depends what our budget is. Depends who we can ship out. There's so many factors. But yeah, I mean, I would love to see it, but I don't know if, you know, if there's really that many credible sources in regards to that. But there you go. Hey there, what's going on there, Manny Snooflacky? How's it going, lad? Samika's winning pen of the FA Cup. Good to see a Greek lag finish it off, says Manny Snooflacky. Well, okay, yeah, that's the only positive. That's the only positive about it, my son. But yeah, Eferisto, Manny, for getting it there. Thank you so much, bud. Absolute legend. Vincent says, yes, Pig, that's all good saying that, but can you imagine if the manager gets a red card? We're going to have a clown Billy system manager to the 90 minutes is over, and we will be all biting our nails. No fucking clue what you're talking about there, Vincent, but you know, thank you very much for your comment. Still not too sure what you mean. Pogo Gamer says, isn't Boubacar Kamara a no-brainer? Spot on, Pogo, yeah. If you can get this guy for a free, he's not on huge money, he's an exciting talent coming out of League One, 22 years of age, it is a no-brainer. There will be a lot of clubs who are going in for him. The price might get pushed up in terms of wages and signing on fees and things like that because of it. But still, he's a good young talent. It's not really a risk, is it? I couldn't agree more. Good free transfer, just like Mr. Christian Eriksen would be a good signing. Just on the other end of the spectrum, he's somebody who's 30. But he's still a quality player, proven Premier League experience. If you can get him for no money up front, or, you know, signing on bonus and, you know, wages, but, you know, no transfer fee, then that represents itself a good value deal. Especially for United right now, who have Lingard outgoing, Pogba outgoing, Mata outgoing, Matic outgoing, all of these sort of midfield players, and certainly some of those forward midfielders, you know, like the sort of CAMs or people who play across the front three, such as Lingy, Pogba, and Mata, going out. So it makes sense to pick up Eriksen, in my opinion. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you would like to see Man United go after these 2 free transfers we've just discussed. Boubacar Kamara and also Christian Eriksen. Let us know your thoughts. Hey, Night Whisper, what's going on, mate? How you doing, lad? Yes, what's going on, dude? Luan France says, hey, guys, I read something morning that De Jong doesn't want to join United because of the lack of Champions League football. Yeah, well, that was what we've been talking about last few days in regards to one of the reasons why the De Jong transfer could fall down is just simply because, yeah, United don't have Champions League football. We are not going to be able to offer that to him until at least earliest next season. So, and that's if everything goes to plan and we somehow manage to get top 4 next season with Ten Hag's first season at club. So, yeah, good shout, good shout. I mean, it's still a big factor. If you were De Jong and you've got accustomed to playing the Champions League and you really have to be playing in it. But I do think that if there's any club that can sign him without Champions League football, it's Manchester United. We've got a record of doing it. And we also have Champions League. We also have Erik Ten Hag, who, you know, might not have Champions League football, but he's got that relationship there. He's like a father figure, probably. And so, therefore, it just makes it a little bit more appealing for him. Nice. Big. What about Van de Ven at Wolfsburg? Van de Ven. I don't really know too much about Van de Ven at Wolfsburg, in all fairness. Van de Ven. Well, most fans are decent, mate. I'm saying we get that Dutch effect on the go, mate. We get the De Ligts, De Jongs, the Vans, and all of them, mate. I'm up for it. We just need to get great players in. Jordan Lopez says, do you rate Darwin Núñez? I mean, I do, from what I've seen from him, yeah. And his record's fantastic. His goal scoring record's very impressive. You look at the sort of pieces of play when you see the highlights of his goals, and also goals that he's created for other teammates. You know, he's got a lot of intricate passing there, little flicks, you know, very intelligent movement, quick. He looks very, very talented player. So yeah, I'd be very happy to see Darwin Núñez come to Manchester United. You know, we got to take the gamble with somebody, don't we? Jarvis says Eriksen's rumoured to Barca, but they can't sign him in Kessie before they sell players to free up wages. Did someone say De Jong to United? There you go. Well, that's it. If they want to really go and strengthen as well and get Christian Eriksen, but not pay any money for him up front, what a great way to make yourself, I don't know, 50 million quid. Sell De Jong to United for 60 million, and then you just sign in Christian Eriksen. Okay, he's not going to be the player that plays in the holding role, but you get somebody else in there. So it's good shout. You can definitely see where they could reshuffle and get the team to be stronger in other areas without spending that money. Steve Johnson, what's going on, mate? With another super chat. Thank you very much, Steve Johnson, for your $6.99 super chat. He says, so you want all the Ajax players that choked against Tottenham, says Steve Johnson. Okay, so listen though, Steve Johnson, they're young players then. 2017, wasn't it? Very young players. Was it 2017 or was it 2019? It's one of them. So yeah, young players though, Steve Johnson, and that Ajax team always up against it, mate. The millions of pounds in Spurs' squad still outweighed that Ajax team considerably. Always up against it. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't even really remember that game in that semi-final where they lost it. So fair enough, but they were young, man. They were seriously young players then, weren't they? These guys are still only mid-20s, all of them. So, yeah, I don't know. Don't know if that's fair, mate. They were kids then. And plus, you know what? You learn a lot from defeats. So that should make them a little bit stronger, if anything. Thank you very much, though, very much there, Steve Johnson, for the super chat, man. Rosh Marno, thank you for the £5 super chat that you've done. He says, it's not often we are linked this heavily with a player and don't end up signing them. Barcelona must sell to free up funds. Thank you, Rosh Marno, for the super chat there, lad. Can we get a sue in the chat? Yeah, that's it. I mean, we'll wait and see. I mean, there are things that can fall down here. What does De Jong want? Does he want to play for Manchester United? Does he want to, play in the cold English weather, like his father once said? Does he want to play for United without Champions League? That's the big thing, really. And does he want to leave Barcelona? Like, we're all just talking about this situation like, oh, yeah, we can definitely go and get it. But actually, it is down to the individual De Jong as well. Like, we have to wait and see what his decision is. Things are looking good because it seems like Barcelona are not desperate to keep hold of De Jong. De Jong seems kind of surplus to requirements. He's got that value on him. And I personally don't think that Frankie De Jong will be feeling very valued at this moment in time around Barcelona, especially what's going on this season and just the current situation. I don't think he's going to feel that valued. So if there's ever a time that he would go and leave for somebody else and go and join Manchester United when we don't have Champions League football, when Ten Hag's here, it would be now. But we know previously, just a few years ago, De Jong has said things like he loves Barcelona, he never sees himself leaving Barcelona and all these types of stuff. So it does depend on a whole bunch of different things. But yeah, I mean, hopefully it happens. It's looking good. It's looking like we've got definite talks going on there. All the reporters that we're looking at saying that they're discussing the situation, that they're talking to Barcelona, that they're speaking to the representatives of Frankie de Jong, and they're trying to work out some sort of deal. So I have to wait and see if they do. It's going to come down to finances. It's going to come down to what Barcelona want to do in the transfer window. Thank you, Chris Koo, for your super chat there, my son. I appreciate that one. Getting there, you Don. Thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Let's get a Sue in there for him as well. Thank you, bud. Who would Roy Keane like to play alongside in this team, says James T. Wow, okay. I mean, I'm not even sure about De Gea, because previously he said, I'd be throwing punches at David De Gea if I was on his team. I would let him on the court. He's a disgrace and a nonsense. So I don't know, but not very many. I think Cristiano Ronaldo, he definitely loved playing with Ronaldo back in the day. He said he was the consummate professional. I'd say he'd like to play with Ronaldo. And that's about it. Maybe Varane. That's about it, my son. None of the others would be up to Roy Keane's standards, I think, Chris Koo, to be honest. Okay, right. Okay, we do have some sources, though, suggesting, we are ready to make an offer. In the region of 65 million euros for Manchester, for Frankie de Jong from Barcelona. So just some reports coming out this evening that United prepared to make an offer of around about 65 million euros for Frankie de Jong. I mean, okay, sounds like a little bit lowball at the moment. What's that, about 53 million or something? I don't know, 53 million pounds. Don't know, maybe a bit more. Well, yeah, they'll probably work that up to about 60 million. Let's ask the live chat. How much do you think, if we do sign Frankie de Jong, how much do you think that it takes for Manchester United to convince Barcelona to sell him to us? I'm going to say £57.5 million. It seems like they need to sell, guys. They've got business to be done elsewhere. They are looking to get somebody sold before June 1st. That's what they're looking to do. Why De Jong won't become Donny version 2.0, says Abimanu. Well, I think it's because, well, Ten Hag effect, mate. Ten Hag's going to bring a different style. Ollie was playing like a style of football I don't think was very conducive to what Donny van der Beek is all about, really. Because he was playing those two holding midfielders. He's asking them to sort of, do the defensive duties. And if you look at Donny, he's not really a great sort of, in my opinion, he's better, a little bit more advanced, maybe as a CAM or maybe as the creative box-to-box player in a two, who's somebody who's going to pass the ball around and create for you. I don't know, I just got the feeling that we didn't really give him the chances at Manchester United, so I don't think we can really judge him yet. Ten Hag is going to give him chances. Ten Hag will play a certain way that is probably going to favour those guys, isn't it? He's going to play with this Dutch total football, hopefully, vibe that we've seen at Ajax, this attacking style, and he knows and loves those guys, so why wouldn't he want to play them? 60 million, says Robin. 158 says John Allen, 60 says Robin, 60 says Elliot, 70 says Wiggy, 63 says Flabby, 58 says Kieran, their skin says Anthony Kaufman, 63 says Philip. Yeah, there you go. So around about 60 mil, 58 million, 60 mil is the sort of figure we're looking at. Chris Goose says that they want a very specific amount. Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm sure they do. Yeah, I'm sure they do. They want a significant amount as well. They want to get a decent amount for him. He is a very good player. He's in his prime. He's only getting better. In fact, he's arguably not even in his prime yet. He's only getting better. So, yeah, they're going to want compensating for it. But it would make a good signing for Manchester United. Right, I'm just going to get into the other news, guys. So let's just have a look at some of the other news that I've got for you guys for Manchester United in regards to other stuff. So, yep, Ten Hag has explained that Steve McLaren will be sort of used as a coach, not as an executive upstairs. This is what's from Laurie Whitwell's reports are. So also there's been leaks of Manchester United's kit for next season, a few different pictures coming out, very grainy. They kind of look okay. Some of them look a bit shite. But there you go. I haven't got any photos of them actually right now. But yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo is featured in one of the photos. So that's positive. Maybe that does mean that there's been some conversations out, or maybe they're just using an image just in case, and they're taking photos. But just on regards to Cristiano Ronaldo and his current situation, the update there, well, there are understood to be teams that are interested in Cristiano Ronaldo, as you would expect there to be. Teams maybe like PSG, like Bayern Munich. If Bayern Munich were to lose Lewandowski, wow, what a great replacement for a season. Cristiano Ronaldo, and he could definitely go and get a trophy there and win the German league and add another domestic trophy to his already ridiculous cabinet. I'm sure he wouldn't mind the opportunity for doing that. But it does seem like Ronaldo, is hopefully going to be staying at this football club, guys, for the summer. I mean, there's been some other hints as well. He spoke to United's media team about the appointment of Ten Hag a couple of days ago. He just said that, I know that he has done a fantastic job at Ajax and that he's an experienced coach, but we have to give him time. Things must change the way he wants. If he does well, all of Manchester United will be successful. So I wish him well. We're all happy and excited, not only as players, but as fans as well. We have to believe that next year we can win titles. So these aren't words of somebody that's really thinking about imminently leaving the football club. It seems like Cristiano Ronaldo is still committed to the football club. He did obviously sign a 2-year contract, and I don't see any reason really why he won't see that out, unless there is a good offer that comes from a Champions League club that tempts him. And he does seem to have love for this football club, but he has left us before, once to Real Madrid, when the situation was better. He wanted to go and fulfill a dream, but still he did leave us before. So I'm just saying, it remains to be seen. 100%, I'm leaning quite heavily towards Ronaldo being here still next season. I think he will stay. But you just never know, do you, in this crazy game we call football? It depends what Ten Hag wants to do. Does he want to free up funds in other areas of the team to be able to buy a young striker? Or who knows what he wants to do yet? We don't actually 100% know. You would think that Ten Hag would be desperate to keep the greatest of all time in his team, but it's not guaranteed, is it? Nice one, Rushman. He says we got 121 likes. Get in there. 143 watching. Let's see if we can get 143 likes. Smash that like button. Give it a cheeky little bacon brigade. Like spike. Also, help boost us up there. Help us compete with the clickbait merchants and the corporation channels, etc. Drop a cheeky like. It's free. Also, have your say. We're going to be getting in for a Q&A at the end of this video as well. But get yourselves involved chatting with the legends as well. So Ronaldo, just some hints that hopefully he'll be staying. Pictured leaks of him in the United kit have come out today for next season, and therefore, if we're going to be using him for promotional materials and things, I guess it makes sense that though they would take pictures of Ronaldo, their biggest star player, wouldn't it? And even if he is going, because he might not go, so they definitely would take the photo. So it doesn't really indicate very much. Doesn't necessarily indicate very much that he will be staying. But hey, look, he's been pictured in a United shirt for next season. Hopefully that means a little something like he's committed to the club and he wants to stay and be here for the summer. But let's just ask the live chat very quickly. Do you think Ronaldo will stay or will he go in the summer? Let's get a vote in the live chat, everyone. Will he stay or will he go? Drunk Vigo, don't want to know, mate. Anthony Coffer says Eurovision's fantastic. You reckon Eurovision's guff? I can't stand Eurovision personally, but it's just because it's all political rubbish. If it was fair, then fair enough. But they just vote for the bloody countries that they've got the most political interest with. The UK wouldn't surprise me if the UK get bloody 0 points this year, but we're not in the EU now. Bloody hell. We always do shite. We could put Adele out there doing Eurovision Song Contest and they give us fucking nil points. You know what I mean? They don't give it. It's ridiculous. It's a farce. Anyway, Mason came in. What's going on, mate? He says, hi, pig. Hey, what's going on, Mason? Stay, says Anthony. Stay, says Vincent. He will, says Dennis Johnson. Nice, fair play to you, Jarvis Cocker. It is a load of nonsense, though, that Eurovision Song Contest rubbish, mate. Okay, so Cristiano Ronaldo, hopefully the GOAT stays at Manchester United next season. We'll have to wait and see, but there are, good links there that just suggest maybe he's got his head in the game still. Eric Ten Hag, as we mentioned earlier, there was a report earlier, but Eric Ten Hag could be in the stands for Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. Was it this one? Nope. That one. No, don't know. Yep. Never mind. Never mind. Don't know if I've got it. Oh, yeah. Ten Hag will watch the Palace game yet to decide if in person. So we do have a report here that says that, Ten Hag could be in the stands to watch the Crystal Palace game. He's obviously coming in very soon. He's led Ajax to the Eredivisie title. The final match is Sunday afternoon against Vitesse. Ten Hag's been in charge of Ajax since December 2017 and will step down, having delivered 3 Eredivisie titles and 2 Dutch Cups. So pretty good. According to The Athletic, Ten Hag wants to be in the stands to the match with the Eagles as he begins to plan for the 2022-23 campaign. So we'll have to see. If not, he'll just be watching it on the old telly. Nice, Red Devil United says Ukraine's definitely going to win Eurovision this year. Deserving or not? Oh, nice, mate. That's quality, mate. Yeah, that's quality, lad. I'm pleased to hear it. Steve Johnson, thank you so much for the $6.99 super chat, getting it in raw again. He says maybe they leaked the jersey knowing Ronaldo won't stay, so they could never officially release the picture. Yeah, that's absolutely true, Steve. I mean, I don't think that they know that he's not staying at this moment in time, but I do think that they would definitely take photos of this guy along with other players if they're preparing to, make arrangements for promotional materials for their new kit. So of course they're going to photograph Ronaldo. He's one of the stars, but it doesn't mean that he's definitely staying. But I don't think they know that he's not staying. I don't think anything like that. But thank you, Steve Johns, for getting in here. Mrs. P says, "Caking out the mad woman exists, aka me, and the Nicolina special also exists." Flabby G, thank you so much for the super chat there, mate. A cheeky 222 dono to represent the 2 trophies. Hashtag CR7 out. Right, okay, so you're getting in with those Liverpool scummer vibes there, Flabby, I see. Get out, my son. Nobody's interested in that. In all fairness, look, Hala Madrid, mate. Fair enough. Like you won by the skin of your teeth there, and Liverpool did in the pens. And yeah, yeah, fair enough. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, to be honest with you, mate. There you go. All right, okay, I'm going to get back on for the rest of the news. So Ten Hag could be in the stands, guys. That's one bit of information we got come out. Cristiano Ronaldo is understood to have received various offers. Ten Hag will obviously have to assess the situation with Ronaldo. They've got to discuss things. It does depend on having a conversation as well with Ten Hag and Ronaldo. So Cristiano Ronaldo, they're just going to sue in there some goat emojis because he has literally been our best player this year, along with Davide De Gea. Just a couple of speculative reports then that I've gathered up, guys. So we do have some news about United making contact with Kalidou Koulibaly's agent, which not a very good outlet necessarily reporting it, but various reports are suggesting that from Italy that Koulibaly is linked with Manchester United again now, and perhaps we have made contact in regards to Koulibaly. I don't really think this is the sort of player we'll be going for. I think if we're going to spend quite a bit of money on a player, then it'll probably be somebody who's younger, somebody like a Pau Torres type player, maybe a Jules Koundé, maybe a Timber. I don't really see us going for an older player like Kalidou Koulibaly at this moment in time. But hey, look, he is a quality player. He's a good defender, but he's getting on a bit now. And maybe a few years ago, but I just don't think that right now that actually makes sense. I think we need a new look, youthful side. We need to invest in the younger, hungrier players who are going to, not just coming here for their big final payday. We need somebody who's coming here to help, who's ready to take up the biggest opportunity of their career. So I don't think that'd be a good look for Kalidou. Also, Paulo Dybala's agent is in England as well today. An update has emerged about United target and Arsenal target and various other team target Dybala. I don't want Dybala. Do you want Dybala? Dybala to United, yes or no? Let me know. I don't want Dybala, but there's news about Dybala his agent being in England, mostly being linked to teams like Arsenal, actually. But he has been linked previously with Man United. His agent's in England at the moment, so they're just discussing different options. I wouldn't take him, to be honest, guys. I think he's a bit of a mercenary. It's big money again, big sign-in. Just don't think it's the right fit for us right now either. I think we need somebody younger, somebody hungrier. But he has been in good form, He has been in good form, and he's obviously a good player. He scored 115 times for Juventus in 291 games, 21 goals in 37 this year. We are looking at maybe signing players for not very much money right now. And so because of the fact that he's not going to cost a big transfer fee, it's obviously of interest. But I don't like the look of it, guys. I don't like the look of it. Also reports that Diogo Dalot is one of the players that Erik ten Hag plans on keeping next season, just like Bruno and Ronaldo. But look, we don't know. This is a report that's come out from Portugal. But I personally just think, well, it's all speculative nonsense, that kind of stuff. Because who fucking knows what Ten Hag wants to do right now? Yeah, okay, well, unless you're living like John Malkovich in his brain or something, you don't really know. But but there you go. So there you go, guys. Also, I don't know if you guys saw, yesterday, and there wasn't news about obviously Manchester United duo being involved in a training ground bust-up. Who was it, guys? I'm not too sure who it was. Does anybody know who actually did have the fight? Please tell me somebody lumped one on Harry Maguire. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Oh, shit. Thank you, Flabby G, by the way, for that super chat, mate. Thank you very much, dude. Okay. Oh, crikey, you've changed your name to I Want the Nicolini Special. What's going on? Yeah, Mrs. P's here. Fire up. Roy Keane and the team throwing punches at the flops, says Jared. Big Bear, thank you for the Bacon Brigade emojis and the belief and the Sue. Legend. If they did, they would have a broken hand, says God Struggler. Scott and Ronaldo, says NK Shooter. Scotty and Ronaldo, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Ronaldo going to fucking chop him down, lad, for being shite all season long. They would have broken their fist on his slab head, says Fire Up. Oh dear. Okay, guys, right, I'm gonna get into the live chat pretty much now. I'm just gonna check one last couple of updates very quick if anything's come through. And just to give you a quick rundown of what we discussed. So Pogba's agent, the big news really is, Pogba is looking likely that he's going to be going to, I don't know, Juventus or PSG, but Juventus are the first club that are going to be putting a proper offer on the table, it seems. Pogba's agent, his representative is meeting with Juventus in Turin on Monday. And we've got that information from Sky Italy and various other places reporting it as well. Fabrizio Romano's salary, this is the main issue for potential comeback. So it depends on the wages, depends on how much they can afford. PSG may also go and put an offer in for him, and it probably will be more. So if they are interested in Paul Pogba, then it obviously will take a little bit of time to figure out. But they're going to have a chat about it. Frankie de Jong situation, so... The latest with that is that United are still working on it. We are still, negotiating and talking, or at least having communications with Barcelona and his representatives to take him on. And, so still some doubt, still some reports that say he might not be too interested in joining us because we don't have Champions League football. We're just going to have to play the waiting game on that one, see if it is true, see if we can get this guy in and how quickly we can get him in. How much money did Barca want? Would they accept, £60 million, £50 million? What is the amount of money that it takes them to to sell? And then also, do they sign Robert Lewandowski? Are they doing this to get Robert Lewandowski? Is that going to go ahead? You know, there's lots of different factors we have to look at, but it does look like Jong to United is progressing at this moment in time. We'll just have to wait and see how long and when it happens. But get in there. I would love to see Frankie de Jong at Manchester United. I hope it happens very, very soon. Also, as I say, Cristiano Ronaldo pictured in a United shirt, so may well be featuring next season, may well be not, but just some leaks that, you know, he's been pictured in promotional materials for next year. That's basically the biggest stories. Oh, yeah, Lewandowski's come out and said outright, quotes, I will not stay and sign a new contract at Bayern Munich. He's outright said, he's speaking to Sky earlier on after the game, and he said, I will not be signing a new contract at Bayern. It's on the club now, and my representatives to find me a new club, essentially. So Robert Lewandowski definitely leaving Bayern, most likely to Barcelona. It seems like he's got his sights set on Barca with a link up with Xavi and playing in La Liga. Steve McLaren also heading for Manchester United to be part of Erik ten Hag's coaching staff, along with Mitchell van der Gaag. John Murtaugh's had multiple meetings in the Netherlands with him, and Ten Hag is also possibly rumoured to be at the Crystal Palace game as well to oversee, well, not oversee things, but just to keep an eye on things and, you know, just to scout the team basically for when he starts work. And also have reports as well that Steve McLaren will be used on the grass as a coach, essentially. So he's not going to be upstairs in an upstairs department. That's what the latest we've got now. Okay, so that's basically the latest news, guys. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Do us a favour, smash that like button. Get yourself involved in the chatter now, because I'm going to have a Q&A. Get your thoughts in about any of the topics we've discussed right here, or about anything you want to say. Do drop a like and all that, and have your comment read out. Let's be having you. Nice one, Rushmon. 130 likes. Get in. Jeff Madrak says, info on the training ground fight, says Jeff Madrak. Yeah, I don't know too much info on the great training ground fight. I'd love to know a little bit more. Soon Ronaldo says, Ronaldo took pics in the new kit when he was at Madrid and Juve, but he still left, so I guess we have to wait and see. I agree, Soon Ronaldo. That's it. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. Of course, they would take pics of Ronaldo with his new kit, because in case he stays. Of course they would do that. So you're absolutely right. It doesn't really mean too much. His comments on Ten Hag, though, maybe hint to the fact that he wants to stay, where he said, everybody at the club's doing their best and wants to try and do the best for Ten Hag next season and get this club back to where we should be. Yeah, okay, he would also maybe say that regardless of what he's doing. So, but still, it seems like he's committed at the moment. How many signings do you think realistically we get this? I think 5, Jared. I think 5. I think a couple of frees maybe and 3 proper decent money signings. I think 5 altogether, mate, and then maybe promote a couple of youngsters. Abmanju Reddy says United bought Ronaldo, Varane and Sancho to get a better result, but it all went south. Do you think Varane and Sancho didn't adapt well, or the players around them dropped a performance? Combination of the two, really. I actually thought Varane performed about as well or better than any of the other defenders this year. It's just that he was injured most of the time, and then obviously he's trying to build a partnership with a bloody breeze block. It's not easy for the guy, so I actually just don't think that we saw the best from Varane because of the gash players around him. So I think it's a bit of both. Yeah, Sancho didn't exactly cover himself in glory this season, but it's difficult doing it in a really, really tough, really tough gash team. Thank you, Luan France. You have a great evening as well. Love you too, Henrik Kelman. Thank you, dude. I did see Liverpool, Paul B. Yeah, I know. You sent a picture of Ronaldo in one of the kits for next season. Nice one, Vincent. Yes, I've seen. I've already seen the pictures though, but I haven't checked your message though. But I have seen the pictures of him in it. Big Bear says, for future reference, Pig, it's Dybala. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to call him Dybala from now on, just to piss you off there, Big Bear lad. So Paulo Dybala could be going to Arsenal or somewhere. We'll have to wait and see. Man United supposedly have an interest still, but I don't want to see him come in. Garnacho next season, says Jarvis. Definitely keep, in my opinion. If we're talking about keeping or loaning him, I know he's only 17, but I personally still would actually keep him around the squad. Give him some game time when he can. He's not going to be ready to do the business for us in the top games. No, he's not physically there. He needs development, but he could be like one of your star youngsters that you're just going to put on there in lower league cup games along with a bunch of your senior players, and come on last 15-20 minutes a game sometimes. Stuff like that, just to give him some game time, blood him a bit, have him around the first team squad, raising his levels. It makes sense. Because, there is a lot to be said for going to somewhere. If you look at what Jimmy Garner's done, going to somewhere like Notts Forest and playing in a really physical league against men and getting that experience. But also, if if you can have the opportunity to be there, he didn't have the opportunity, so he had to go to play football. But if you have got the opportunity to stay in the first team squad at Manchester United and even have a bit part, I think that's better because you're playing with such quality players, even in training week to week. And also just like, if you are going to get opportunities, you're going to play at the highest level, you're going to get more experience more quickly, I think. But then again, you'll be playing a lot more games down there. So it's swings and roundabouts. Should I shave my back? I think so, my big daddy, definitely. That sounded a bit wrong, didn't it? That's funny. You still call Matic the manja, says Luan France. What am I supposed to call him? I was just trying to help you out, brother. Wasn't being funny. Hey, no worries, Big Ben. That's fine. No, I like to pronounce his name Paolo Dybala myself. My question for you, Baz, is have you restocked the fridge with beers that are not out of date? I haven't. No beers in the fridge. The under-18s team that won the cup has been broken up sometimes. Some of them are now being promoted to the under-23s. We will see some of the under-23s leave the club and go to the first team. What do you think? Yeah, Vincent, that's it. We should see a few players promoted this summer. Ten Hag will have to sign a lot of players, but we're not going to be able to sign a whole new team. So he'll probably have to promote at least a couple of players. I think 3 or 4. I could see Mejbri being given some opportunities sometimes. Diallo, Ilanga, maybe Ghana, Mengi, maybe Garnacho. You could see some of these players featuring under Ten Hag because he's all about bringing the youth through. Hopefully he can develop that team. Only 11 likes away from 150 likes. Thank you, everyone, for dropping a thumbs up. Sander Burge, yeah, great shout, actually, Jarvis Cocker. He is a good young player as well. How do you shave your back, says Mercato? You can get one of those long razors, mate. I've got one. You hope Ronaldo doesn't go to Bayern, says Ronaldo. Me too, mate, me too. I did watch the FA Cup NK shoot. Yeah, sorry there was anybody who was... looking forward to a watch along on the channel earlier, but me and Mrs. P were just feeling gash. We didn't get to sleep until really, really late last night. And I woke up pretty much when the game was about to start. It's like 4:30 or something. And I don't know, just didn't really fancy it, to be honest. I was melting too much. So I just thought I'd lay in bed, eat food and just watch it. So yeah, sorry about that. But hey, look, it happens. It's only shitty Chelsea and Liverpool. I don't want to watch Liverpool win the cup anyway, to be fair. So I'm glad I didn't do it. If Chelsea had won it, I'd have been gutted that I didn't do it. But because Liverpool won it, I'm glad that I didn't. Because there'd just been a whole bunch of scousers coming in non-stop, gloating. You're by far the most entertaining. Thank you, Henrik Kjellman. Well, I don't know about that, but thank you, bud. Steve Johnson says, need to sign Pope to have a prayer of a chance to Steve. Yep. Good call, my friend. Hey, thank you, Rushman. I've got another couple updates just coming very quickly. So, yeah, thank you for that. So Manchester City, understandably not to be in the race for Frankie de Jong at the moment, as they spent a lot of money on Erling Haaland. So Manchester United are front runners at the moment. So that is a salient point, actually. Thank you, Rushy, that, City were understood and Pep was understood to have some interest in Frankie, said some nice things in the past. And, of course, Fernandinho is going to be leaving them this summer, by all accounts. So it does seem like they need to get a midfielder in. That's why Pogba was also being linked to them previously. Doesn't seem like that's realistic either. But yeah, Frankie de Jong, hopefully it would leave Manchester United reasonably clear to go and get him if they are prepared to sell. And then also Calvin Phillips, Manchester United link, not quite going away, but still though, it's understood that he would be not exactly crazy about joining the rivals of Leeds United, because then all the Leeds fans are just going to give him proper stick. Okay, maybe Alan Smith did it, but I just think that he's Leeds through and through, really, and I just can't really see why it would make sense for him to go to Manchester United, because he's just going to be hated by the people that love him now and that he loves. So it's a big ask to ask him to do that. I could see him going to another top club or another good club, but I don't think he's going to end up at Man United personally. It's like, it takes some character to do that sort of stuff. You want a Chelsea to win, you're doing the Champions League. I am doing the Champions League, Paul, and the Europa League. I'm going to watch the Rangers final as well. Thank you, Rushmano. He says subscribe to the channel. Yes, if you're new, drop the old sub up. Vincent says, that's funny, Pig. Newcastle has said no to Jesse because of his high wages. What happened to all this money they post have laughing out loud? Like I say, Vincent, but look, I mean, a lot of this stuff is speculation, mate. I mean, they might have, there might be some drip-fed PR stuff that's coming out about Newcastle turning wages down for Jesse. But look, it's all part of negotiation game. It's all part of, look, we'll start high, you guys go low, and we'll meet somewhere in the middle. So I actually don't think that. I know we read that report out the other day about Newcastle United now potentially not being in for Jesse, but I think they would be interested. I still think West Ham have the most interest because he's actually been there and played for them, and Moyes knows him and loves him and all that. So I still think that's the most realistic. But if I was Eddie Howe looking to get an English homegrown player who can do a good job for you, for a few seasons. Jesse wouldn't be too far of an offer from me, especially when you don't have to pay a transfer fee. I mean, maybe Newcastle are aiming higher than Jesse Lingard with their transfer signings this summer. Who knows? So maybe that's it. But yeah, Jesse's on big money for the player that he is. But for a club like Newcastle to be a bigger part player, maybe it's more justified to pay him that sort of news. But yeah, that's it. He wouldn't be wouldn't be held in high regard by Leeds fans if he went to United, would he? Get the price down. What do you think, Piggy? Says Scott Hutchinson. Price down on Lingard's contract and stuff, you mean? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, negotiation wise, you always go in there low. Pig, you think we could do the quadruple still with your honest opinion? No, Reese. Definitely not, mate. No, definitely not. But you could still do the Mickey Mouse treble. It's not really a Mickey Mouse treble, but you know what I mean. It has got the Mickey Mouse Cup in it. Rob Dawson said a few weeks ago, Milan, Juventus leading the race to sign him, says Hayder. Right, yeah, I saw about that. So yeah, Jesse Lingard could be going to Italy. But most realistic, I think, is West Ham, personally. I do think West Ham will go in for him. And the law will be too much, of him staying in England. And West Ham a good side these days. And he will get assurances and opportunities there. So yeah. Thank you very much. Newcastle want Paqueta, says J. Tilb. No, that's it. See, Newcastle have got better ideas, I think, than getting Jesse. Jesse is a good player, but hey, look, I wouldn't be clambering over Jesse Lingard if I was these guys either, in all fairness. Good evening there, Mark Harris. What's going on? Says, good evening, you beautiful punters. Hey, great to see you, Marky Harris. How's you doing? Thanks for joining, mate. How's your day going? He says, Arteta in. As we could be battered you twice this season, says Reese. Thanks, Henrik. As a West Ham fan, I want Jesse back, says Merrick Galord. Precisely. Why wouldn't he? Was great for West Ham. He got literally a couple of Player of the Month looking awards while he was there. I can imagine why you would want him back, mate. Definitely. United need a clear out, says Bjorn Sodervisk. Just like Arsenal had. Yeah, definitely. They've been quite, proactive with getting players out. Definitely. They've given a lot of free transfers to players. Even look at the Aubameyang situation. They let him go for Nout. Akram Hakimi, do you skip? No, Ashraf Hakimi, no, he's a good player, Adam. If we could get something like that, yeah, no, he would be a good signing. I mean, we if we had the opportunity. West Ham would have won Europa with Jesse, says C Talentless. He turned to Messi at West Ham. He was fantastic for them, wasn't he, NK Shooter? Where you all watching from, says Henrik Kelman. Great shout. So I'm in Dorset. Hey, we just smashed 150 likes. Get in there, you legends. Come on. Fantastic. Guys, we're going to wrap this video up then. That is the latest news. Thank you, every single one of you guys, for tuning in. We'll be back on in about an hour and 10 minutes for the FIFA stream. So make sure you come and tune in then as well. We're going to be playing FIFA tonight, going in there raw. But that is the latest United news. Hey, there's Sports Further. Willie GBG as well. Hayder, Adam as well. Thank you guys for getting it. Assassin Mike. Ruben Neves looks like he's off, says Assassin Mike. West Ham's my second team. If Jesse goes there, it'll make me happy, says Luan France. Nice. Yeah, that's it. Well, he would be a good signing for West Ham. I think that's the most realistic place that he goes, but there are links to Serie A clubs and even Newcastle and one or two others. Thank you, Anthony Kaufman. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Chris Koo. Susan Lively Sue as well. Shout out to you, Susan. Hey, let's get a love out in there for Susan. She sent me a picture wearing one of my Cristiano Ronaldo Sue merchandise shirts. And I want to just say thank you so much to Susan for supporting the channel by buying a t-shirt, you legend. Get in there, Susan. Makato as well. What's good, bud? Maybe I'm probably going to be playing Foot Champs on this, so I won't really be playing any of the subscribers for the weekend, I'm afraid, Makato. But yeah, if I do go on PlayStation, it'll be playing Foot Champs, lad. Sports Further says, passing through, left a like. Thank you, Sports Further, for smashing the like, bud. Thank you, Rush Mano. Thank you, Steve Johnson. Thank you, Sports. Assassin Mike. Dennis Johnson. Jarvis Cocker. Luan. Eamon Barrett. United Technical Talk. Fire Up. And everyone else as well. Thank you so much for tuning into the United News. There it is. Pogba, possibly to Juventus, possibly to PSG, but his agent's meeting with Juventus in Turin Monday. And that's the biggest news story, really, as well as Lewandowski telling Bayern Munich he's definitely not staying there and that he wants to try and, find a new club. Barcelona looking like the likeliest option. Xavi has said that, he'd like to keep Lewandowski. He's not bothered about his age. He'd like to get him in. And he'd like to keep Frankie de Jong. But the problem is it's an economical situation that, is almost out of his control, and especially if they have to strengthen other areas of the team. So there's the latest two, guys. Thank you for watching. Do come back after it's finished. Get your thoughts and opinions in about anything we've discussed in this vid. Come back in the not live comment section and get your thoughts down, and everybody can keep the debate going there. Thank you, Eamon. Thank you, Fire Up, UTT, Merrick, the Cake Cadet, Sports Further, Susan, Merrick Jarvis as well. Mrs. P, and everyone else, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. I'll be back in just over an hour, smashing up falls on FIFA. But for now, thank you for watching the United News. We'll be back tomorrow with all the latest United goings on. So make sure you click that bell icon so you get a notification when we post and go live. Also, subscribe if you're new to this channel. Follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. The website is unitedflyinghigh.com. Smash the thumbs up before you go as well. And I'll see you on the next one, guys. Take it easy. Have a good one. And come on, United! See